was supposed to be earlier because
te están escuchando. Si lo vas a decir, dilo bien. More D&D.
Why can't I hear the game now? Oh, wait.
Now that I think of it.
Wait.
Kind of sucks. The fuck. They make a master raid. They need to fix that shit. Because Emperor can fucking bend his legs.
Celebration, there we go. Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to D&D. This time we are continuing the events of the Griffic Nomads. As you guys remember, you guys were taking your way towards the Gala event that the King of the Dorian Kingdom has invited the winning parties. That being the Griffic Nomads, the Wild Bats, and the Flaming Banner. The singing drakes weren't invited because they lost, and they themselves have left the city. As you were preparing yourselves days prior to this event, you stumbled upon a conspiracy, secrecy, and an assassination attempt that will be attempted in this gala. You have spent the day gathering information and wearing down some were-rats to try and figure out who is the assassin before the event starts. As you are taken to the castle, which is this castle keep, you're taken through the front walls and inside the manor itself and are taken to the Great Hall where the event is being held. As you walk through the doors, the Major Dome Butler, Augustus, guides the way and welcomes you to the Gala event. Well, as you can see, my friends and adventurers, there are tables here to be seated. Both the other parties were invited as well, but only a few members actually made it, or others are on their way. So please, mingle. The food is on us. There is plenty for everyone here. If you wish to speak to anyone, you can. Just try to stay in the Great Hall as the festivities go along. Any questions? Please don't hesitate to ask. Any requests? Please don't hesitate to ask. Yes, Mr. August.
Yes, of course. I got one quick question.
Yes.
Is the food poisoned?
Oh no, sir. We test the food before we serve. There's some rumors going around about food poisoning lately. We have our servants test the food before shelling them out, so there's no need to worry about that.
I believe you.
Eileen is just gonna look at him like a bit conspicuous much.
What's that word mean?
It's a very big word for you to use. Anyway, if you require any assistance, I will be near the door. You have the whole gala to yourself. Have fun, the night is young. And I shall be here if you need me. And so he positions himself over here right next to the guard in the wall, and you guys can explore the Great Hall to your leisure. As you look around, you see your friends from the Flaming Banner here, sitting near this table. You see Fiend and Wrecker on this other table, just showering down food. And you see a few individuals that you have not met. They seem to be noblemen of some renown, and they have their own table with their own food assigned to them. And onto the elevated platform, you can see the king, his queen, his son, his betrothed to the son, Draxus and Wutos, sitting right next to them. There are a few guards here and there as they're just there paying attention. You can see some of the guards have food in their hand as the waitresses and the hands and everybody starts passing food around. But they themselves are keeping watch of everybody's action. Seems the gala itself is a small party. It could be more people coming, or this is the majority of people that are here.
Alright. Before we eventually scatter, I'm just gonna look at Orgaz and just like try to keep up appearances for the moment.
Clear as crystal. I will not smash. I will not drink too heavy, unless the situation calls for it. I mean, Fiend's right there, so that'll be called for drinking heavy.
Oh. Alright, let's make a deal. I'll make sure you get as drunk as possible after we finish our mission.
And what would be the mission? I mean, I have, like, amnesia for the last time we went down into the sewers. I don't remember anything that happened down there.
Find the assassin, bash his head in.
Alright, okay, hold on before you go. Whose head am I bashing in?
The assassin's head, as soon as I identify him.
What is the signal? Because I work with signals.
I'm not gonna use a signal. I am going to still tell you straight ahead. This time we're preventing an assassination. So let's not try to be too conspicuous about it. But for the moment, try to keep appearances.
Right. We're in our suits, right?
You are wearing your suits, yes. You have your suits on. Some of you have like a tie or an overdress or like a not a leotard. Do you have the two-piece suit? Varys is wearing a suit with little to no clothing on top of him. Yes,
the specifications I put in.
Yes, you can see the insignia. You can see the insignia of Eldath somewhere on the clothing. Some of them have them on their back, on their shoulder, or as a adornment here over the chest of the heart. It seems to be marked on the clothing.
Orgas is very proud.
Yes.
Alright, crystal clear. Stop bad guy, bash his head in if he attempts to do anything funny.
Exactly.
But it's unidentifiable, so I'll have to wait for you to say something in order to bash heads in. If I miss anything there.
Before I do anything, question: Do I have a picture of him in my ledger? I don't remember too
No,
much.
you do not have a picture. You only have a vague description.
Fuck.
What's the description again?
You know the name of the assassin, which was, at least the one they pointed to you, was Trekor Balas. He's a dark-skinned man that comes from the north, from the desert. And last you heard from him, he had a silver blade with blue notations on its hilt. It was a dagger of sorts, but that's as little as you know of Turkor. He's a character that came to town 2 weeks ago, and you haven't heard from him since, or anybody really. He's hiding himself from most people.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a vague description just in case. What I do is basically show him. I tell him the description since I'm not gonna repeat everything, and I tell him to stay aware.
Got it.
Basically.
Aware is my middle name. And I just walk away wagging my finger like this.
adorable. So, you find a table. Are you all right? So you're here in the room. Mito, Varys, Estrella, Aileen, and Orgast are here. I didn't bring the werewolf character didn't really come because she wasn't really invited, and he's not here to play, so she's not here. And so it's the five of you, and you can decide where you want to go, sit, interact, just figure out what you're going to do for the activities.
All right, so
you can hear people mingling, you can hear talking. Just tell me what you like to do.
So, before I do anything, I want to roll. Wait, what's up? I want to roll perception.
I'm gonna let him. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go first. I'll let him go first, so in case my shenanigans happen. Well, then.
Okay. So, first things first. I want to roll perception to see if I can spot anything suspicious, so I can start investigating around.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's a bad roll if I've ever seen one. Let me see something. This is perception is wisdom +3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I rolled a 7 +3. That's a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
You look around and you don't see anything standing out, anything suspicious. You see multiple people. You see noblemen that have their own tables. You see your group having your own table per se, and everybody just eating, having a good time. You see some of them mingle in between each other, sometimes changing seats to talk amongst each other. The king and queen have stayed seated since you entered. The prince seems like agitated, like he wants to move, and his betrothed is unamused. She's just there for the festivities, but she herself is not really interacting with many people.
All right. So.
I'm hearing Abner.
Yeah, I hear him too.
Abner, pégate más del micrófono.
Huh?
Quería que cuando pudiera hablar me avisaran, porque como estoy guiando no los puedo ver a ustedes.
Okay.
Pero ya que tengo la atención de ustedes, solo que quería empezar la gala invitando a Astrea a bailar.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright, fair enough. You you extend your hand towards Estrella, and she reciprocates and starts to dance around like a valse. As you start to dance and start to like feel with the music, you see that the bards and musicians in the area start to play a tune for you guys as you're dancing. And you see some of the people around start to move. Specifically, this female walks into the middle as you guys are... Nope, this is not you. This. As you two are dancing, this female invites this character to start dancing as well. And so they start having a dance, a waltz. And you see a ton of people. You see Fiend as everybody starts dancing. Fiend turns her attention to Orgast, as in waiting for him to invite her to dance as she's sitting.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm just going to be that guy in this case. I'm just gonna nudge Orgast to the side.
You just yeah. Walk up. Perfect. He walks up to Fiend, extends his hand like a gentleman. Yeah.
I first walk up there and say, "Hey, have you seen any suspicious people around?"
She grabs your hand. She says, "No," and she like wraps her arm around you, puts your hand behind her back, and start to waltz around the room, and you start to talk to each other whilst in a slight embrace as you're waltzing around. Her answer: "No, I haven't taken notice of anybody weird, but if you're talking about peering eyes, that prince has been staring at me since I got here."
Princess.
Prince. The prince.
A prince?
Yes, the Goldilocks over there.
Yes, he probably fancies himself a demonic person in nature. Maybe.
No.
Who knows? I don't know his kinks.
I don't think he brandishes himself as demonic. I think he's more of a sexual fiend. Deviant.
I said, I don't know his kinks.
Adorable.
But I do know mine. And mine are more unholy in nature.
Oh? Well, seems we're perfect for each other.
I kind of regret it because I just don't want Eldath to just look at me all wrong again and treat me like a child. That's just very weird.
She just caresses your face as you're dancing in your neck. Anybody else going to do something? As you guys are, like, in the festivities of the thing.
Alright, so while Orgas and the rest are dancing, I am going to approach the red banners
Yes.
to basically begin my investigation per se,
Okay.
keeping everybody alert.
All right. What was his name again? So you walk up to Kyra, which is the person you've been in constant communication with. Kyra turns his attention to you and just offers an ear. Doesn't really say anything as he's paying attention to whatever's happening, just drinking, not really eating.
So, actually, I'm gonna pull this one off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my hand out to dance, basically to exchange information while not looking suspicious.
Well, he shugs his cup, puts it in the glass, and takes your hand, and you start vaulting around as well in the gala. As you're hand in hand, dancing with each other, you can talk. You know, the noise and the music and the people talking in the background sounds a bit muffled at a distance. So you feel safe in sharing information.
So, question before I do anything.
Yes.
Did I send them information about the assassin previously, or did I not?
You didn't have
Alright.
time.
Alright, so I'm gonna start basically saying, so we're dealing with this assassin. I only have a vague description so far, but be aware for any really ornate blades per se.
Ornate blades. Haven't really seen anything ornate or how you describe them. But I'll keep an eye out if I see anything.
If I remember correctly, he was eastern or northern?
Southern. It was a southern blade, yes.
Okay.
It's a blade that has white in its design and like blue, like not navy. It has navy to baby blue colors when it comes to the hilt. It's more known for the Malarians down in the south.
All right. So we could be dealing with a possibly Malarian assassin. So though I don't know, maybe he just either made had the blade made or stole it from one of his victims in the past. Point is, it should be the only Malarians in the ball so far.
If it's a blade like that and an assassin, it's gonna be hard to identify.
It will be, but I am keeping my eyes open. I don't know if he will try. I don't know if he will try to go for poison or worse, straight up for the attack. Also, have you noticed that our prince is quite perturbed tonight?
The prince, as he looks towards the prince, Mr. Hernandez, I've heard many rumors of that stayed in this city, particularly about him. He's known to be a sexual deviant, valuing sex over everything.
I am pretty sure that everybody in this town would like to give him a piece of their minds.
Yeah,
But right now we're trying to avoid a potential conflict.
Yes, I'm just telling you as a precaution.
Yes, I am not.
Don't give him too much, keep a distance as much, because you get close enough, he might want to, I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, try to get to home base with you as quickly as possible.
Relax. If he hasn't had nightmares before, he is going to have nightmares if he tries to approach me. After all, so many.
Purpose. Yes.
Well, I am pretty sure that he's not going to like the fact that I am both a warlock and I have a blade that devours souls like it's breakfast.
Well, I don't know if that'll scare him or excite him, but I will tell you to just be careful around him, because he bones anything that moves, apparently.
Well, sounds like we had to take him out on our ride through the sewers today, then. That would have been quite the sight.
That would have been interesting. You hear the musicians and Gala take the final notes as the dance itself stops, and everybody applauds the bards, and everybody resumes to their tables or talking. See them move back to their tables, and you guys can decide what to do. If you want to talk to another NPC or kill themselves around, because... Yep.
I'm gonna roll perception again.
Roll again.
Shit. So I got a 19. Plus 3, that's 22.
22. Okay. You look around the room again, this time paying attention to the characters in the room itself. You see a nobleman dressed in very fine clothing with a wool coat in this heat. He is very facade. He's wearing, you see it as a facade, as someone trying to over-extenuate their wealth. They have multiple rings on their hands. They have a walking stick with an emerald stuck to its top. You see behind him is an adventurer-looking man who's wearing Viking-ish clothing with a hand axe, and he holds it like a walking stick. He's just there paying attention to surroundings. He has the insignia of the Sky Knights on his chest and back. And so you get a sense that he's someone important in the Sky Knights. You see a female, looking on the younger age, with a very bimbo-esque figure. She stands out from what normal women would look like. Looks like a noble, has fine jewelry, rings, 2 rings on her finger, wear a redhead and green, hazel eyes with a pale skin. Behind her is another nobleman, this time a bit more refined, wearing a suit, and he seems eloquent in the way he postures himself. Even whilst eating food, he doesn't kneel down, he puts his food on his mouth, very refined. You get a sense of law surrounding this person, as in everything he does is by the law. Besides that, you see the people up here. So you see the prince himself is just looking around, but every time he looks at a feminine figure, you just see his lips kind of do this.
What the fuck?
Déjame me curiosidad que estaban hablando ahorita.
So,
Wow, that's disturbing.
Yeah?
boy, I have a couple ideas in case that prince turns out to be a problem, and I'm stealing that idea from a manga I read. Boy, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yes, Cora. Mate.
I would like to know if the person I'm looking for is right in the Gala. Another
mean-
thing that I wanted to look for is, are there enemies around?
No. There are no enemies because this is more of a social event. And the person you are looking for is... you already talked to Draxus, which was the Dark Elf of high renown. He already told you where to go, you just haven't gone there. You were tasked to go to the forest up north connecting the human and elven regions, where there's a valley where a forest has been known to be surrounded by beasts and monsters. Yeah, so the person you're looking for is here, per se. She's at another location.
The prince you're looking for is in another castle.
Yeah, practically. She's in a fort. She's in a keep. So, yes. So you see all these people. They're all paying attention to themselves. The prince himself is like making faces. Even when he looks at you, he does a thing, and it's getting annoying every time you see him do that. You see that.
By any chance, do tieflings have any abilities to instill fear?
That is called intimidation.
I mean, was looking for more
I
specifics.
mean,
You have a cantrip, I believe, that allows you to manifest a booming voice or make your eyes glow and stuff. You could use that to
I think that's thaumaturgy.
Yeah, thaumaturgy. But no
But I don't
real
think
magic that causes intimidation, like innately, at least.
That's such a waste. There should be.
No, because tieflings aren't necessarily always intimidating.
I mean, no, but they do have devil ancestry, so it's
That
like,
doesn't scare many people. In other words, some people actually find that exciting. So yeah.
like Fiend, for example. Which,
Yeah.
if he looks at Fiend the wrong way, I'm gonna smack the shit out of the prince. And don't think I won't, Angel. Don't think I won't. You're taking notes from me, by the way. I'm proud of you.
I am not
You
going
know
as far
me.
as that character, okay? Not going as far as that
You're
character.
taking notes from me, Angel. I'm proud of you. I'm really
I'm
proud of you.
just
You're breaking out of that shell.
getting more bold by every session. So yeah, so you get a sense of the room, everybody's to their festivities.
so
If anybody's going to try anything, then we can progress like an hour
Okay, so what
into the
what I'm-
event itself.
What
Yeah.
I'm going to do is, before we do any progression, is I am going to tell the red banners
Yeah.
to keep an eye out mostly for the novel. First of all, the excessive looking noble.
Yeah.
That's overdressed
Mhm.
because it looks suspicious to me. For the bimbo looking woman, you'll be surprised. Like, in my book, appearances are deceiving.
Can be deceiving,
Right.
yes.
She could be a ditz, and she could be the most dangerous thing there.
Yeah.
And the lawful looking dude, because for as prim and proper as he can be, that could also be an act. And
You don't know these
while-
characters. You can ask around, maybe the
No,
guards
I
or maybe
know.
one of your allies
I
to
know.
see if they can tell you something about them before
know,
you
but,
introduce
like,
yourself to them.
What I'm going to do is basically tell them to keep an eye out before
Okay.
I start investigating.
Okay. Okay.
The only reason why I'm not straight looking directly at the barbarian looking dude, it's because first of all, he's already like holding the axe as a fucking walking cane. So I'm like, Yeah, this dude will get along with Orgas real fucking quick.
I mean,
I'm like,
maybe.
it's like I'm keeping an eye out, but I'm not too suspicious of him yet. Mostly for I'm mostly keeping an eye out for, first of all, a dude acting overly noble.
This guy over here, Miss
so-
Bimbo over here,
Yeah,
and
the
Mr.
lawful
Judge
dude,
over here.
and basically the lawful dude in a social event. It's like it is a social. It's a gala celebrating. It's celebrating the victories of the festival. You're being too prim and proper for that.
Sometimes you have to
know
keep
that-
appearances. Anyway, you tell that to the Flaming Banner, and they take note. They'll try to pay attention as much as possible to these characters that you've pointed out. As the night progresses, a few more guests arrive. More noblemen start to appear around the area. Some of them relating to a house or two. As you're all sitting around at your table, the Sky Knight dressed man walks up to your table and introduces himself. Hello. Are you which one of you is the Griffic Nomads? As he points to the table as you guys are sitting.
Well, that would be us, indeed. And who may we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. My name is Matthew Stonebreak. I am the captain and keeper of the Sky Knights here in the Dorian Kingdom. I've heard of your feats, of how you single-handedly took care of a cult that was trying to poison our water supply. For that, I thank you. You have averted a very serious dilemma this city could have gone through and have taken weeks to recover from. I thank you as a knight of the Dorian Kingdom.
Well, it is not that big of a deal for us. It was simply something that had to be done. Not many people tend to take the dirty jobs, as per se. And in my opinion, cold that could poison the water supply is a big enough issue for us to not overlook.
I love the noble aspects of adventurers. Looking out for the little man. You would be perfect as knights of this realm.
Well, we used to be the little man at some point. It is time, and as we grew in power, we also remember our roots. So we try to remain humble. And while it is a grandiose offer, I will have to decline, for my travels would not allow me to remain here.
I see, yes. I understand many adventurers don't really retire to an army when they're still adventuring. You have your quest, I am sure. You don't have to tell me the tales, but if you do, I would be really, really elated. Of your adventures, maybe some of your worries and mishaps. I have stories of my own I can share, and we can have a middle ground of stories.
Then that would be quite wonderful, as a matter of fact. After all, it's after all, I serve a god that values such things as information and stories. It is quite a treat for our god.
Am I there?
Yes, you are. You are at the table. The whole table has seated.
We're all eating, basically.
You're all eating at the table together.
Well, let me tell you some of my stories. I, a man of many, many titles. The one who... the Iron Beast. My most famed of accomplishments. Of course, being purveyor of the waterfall, in case you haven't heard about that little adventure. Yeah, that was me.
Many tales about this.
not to be a person that likes to gas up somebody else, but hey, that was totally me. There was another thing that happened as well with the rats. I have no recollection of what happened down there, but that was actually me. I am the destroyer of cliffs, and the drinker of fine ale. And I guess those are all my titles. Oh, I happen to be the richest member of the group.
Really? Oh, that's a feat in itself.
Yes, of course. It wasn't an easy feat, of course. Trying to implement modesty. Already hyping yourself up.
Well, if I must tell a tale, I once bested a beast whilst mounting my own griffin. He was wounded and we were tired from flying for days. We were suddenly attacked by 2 drakes. I, myself, and my famous mount had to fend the beast off on our own. As I failed one, the other took down my griffin. As I fell from the sky and plummeted to the ground, I held on to the drake's throat, slashed it right across, used his body as a cushion to cushion my fall.
Ah, I love tales like these.
I know.
Very fine tale, sir.
Yes.
Drink.
Drink, yeah. You drink together and you spend like half an hour just sharing tales of your adventures. He tells you tales of valiantry, of moments where someone died and they have to go to a quest and revive them. Moments where he was fighting with the king when he was still a prince and adventuring. And how many times he saved them and was saved, and you spend the time just talking about tales after tales after tales. Until the moment he says, this has been fun, I'll be back. Need to get myself a refill. And he gets off the table.
Get yourself that refill.
He gets
and then
off
I'll
the
tell
table
you tales of how I conquered a demon.
Really? I'll be waiting for that one. And he walks away.
Oh my god, I probably should have said that one.
I love it. I love it when I'm right. When I'm right about judging a character. I literally.
Talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I did say that you will get along with him.
I mean, he's a man of great stories. He has felled He fell on the griffin, correct? I have to be correct on that one.
He fell from a griffin, grabbed the drake as he was falling, slashed his throat, and then used the body as a cushion for the fall. Yeah.
I wonder if he ate the drake later. That'll make a fine ending to the story.
Okay.
No problemo.
I don't know why my screen is flashing. I don't like that. Yes, so you are in the event. You see the few people have moved around. This character has walked up to the politician to speak. The judge has moved to the flaming banner and has started conversing with them, having a conversation about some tales and laws and everything about that. The prince gets up from his table and gestures to his father that he's going to move around for a bit. Not going to leave the hall, but move around. And so he walks down the steps and heads towards the party itself.
Oh boy.
Yes. Hail, hail, adventurers! It is I, the Prince, Hernandez Dorian. It's a pleasure to make an acquaintance with the heroes of this kingdom. See, there are some very good-looking maidens here. May I ask for thy names?
I look at Fiend and say, hey, you can go ahead and give him his name. You can go ahead and give him the name. No harm in giving a name.
Yeah. Fiend turns to him. Says, well, my name is Fiend. And my other tiefling friend over there is called Aileen. Huh. Beautiful names, though. Very quaint. So, what made you ladies turn into a life of adventuring? Merry perils and heated moments?
Well, in my case, I would say that a tragedy has made me quite bloodthirsty.
Interesting. And, you, Miss Fiend? Well, if I must share, I'm part of a clan and we set out to have a pilgrimage of sorts. We deviated from that course, but we are still on a pilgrimage, per se.
Carajo, cuando Ángel dijo, if I must share, the fucking eye roll got it right there.
I see, and he picks up a drink.
That eye roll.
Oh yes.
Picks up a drink, starts to try and make small talk with all of you. Do you have anything to ask him or say to him? He's just there asking a lot, and he's paying a lot of attention to the female members in the party. He doesn't really notice that Estrella's female because she still has like a helmet or something. So, and she's like off the table itself with Mito, paying too much attention to him. So he's like, no, she's taken.
I myself, I'm not going to talk much, but what I'm going to do is use this to my advantage, because since he's close, any forward advances against him are basically completely telegraphed for me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll perception again.
Go ahead.
The fuck, wait.
I wonder. Will Jampy remember?
So,
I doubt it.
12.
Yeah, remember what?
That we're playing D&D. Yeah, what was the roll?
12.
12. You look around and you see some side glances here and there, but nothing really telling. You don't see anybody making advances towards your table. You don't see anybody really moving. In the time the prince is here trying to have conversation, as you're giving like off comments and just one word answers to questions, as he's trying to talk his way into the conversation. You see that the judge just turns to the prince, puts his hand on his shoulder. My fair prince, it seems the ladies have said their piece. Give them some rest. Oh, come on, I'm just having some time here. This is a gala. It's time to mingle, time to mix with the populace.
Mix. I get it. I keep drinking.
As much as I agree, you're being overbearing here in this conversation. I think it's best if you move tables. Maybe try to find another conversation. Second. Alright, I will take your initiative. Mr. Orcs, I haven't really seen an orc.
Yes.
I haven't really seen an orc up close, and I must say, you are quite frightening. Up close. You are big and strong, which is frightening, to say the least. Usually I see half-orcs.
I've said that a lot,
I'm
yes.
So
I haven't seen an orc myself either in a while.
So I have one particular question, and I'm sorry if I'm being too forward, but what made you turn into the good side? Usually orcs are barbaric and kill everything, or bang anything that moves, usually human females. Why the change of heart? How'd that happen?
You know what? That last bit, you have a definite point. But, however, let's see. I've said this story lots and lots and lots of times. However, if you want me to spill the beans again, I shall spill the beans. It all started with a waterfall.
Oh, waterfall. Okay.
And the waterfall has saved my life. And apparently, the waterfall meant to be was Eldath herself.
A beautiful maiden, perhaps. Was she?
Yeah, for some ungodly reason, she saved my life, and now I'm indebted to her, and therefore I have to shift gears, if you know what I'm saying.
Ah, I see. So, because of a blessing of a god, if I got this correct, because of a blessing of a deity, you've shifted your focus from killing and pillaging to protecting and saving.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Yes.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds grand.
Yes, a great wonder is what people can go through if they just, I don't know, get shot in the back and die slowly in a waterfall. They'll just get saved by a goddess. That just tends to happen, I guess. I'm not quite sure. No one is able to share my experience.
Interesting. It seems like a very rare case scenario where only a few can go through. Most people, if they fall off a waterfall, don't really come out, especially if it has spikes below it.
So exactly, which in my case, I didn't fall off the waterfall, I just ended up at the bottom of the waterfall, got shot, was left to die, came back to life because Eldath saved my ass.
Understandable. That sounds really interesting. And so he, tries to have a conversation with the rest of the table, asking very, very personal questions with little to no hesitation, and getting some answers. Some aren't answering his question. He's and ignoring them, whatever. Says, well, I'm going to go back to the other table, and the Bread Lord is here. Hello, Red. And he's going to turn his attention to the other guests in the party. So he turns himself to the attention of the Lord and the lady as they're having a conversation. The judge takes a step forward, says, I'm sorry for his impotence and his way of directing himself to people. He tends to overextend and share. He doesn't really have a breaking point. That boy is something, really.
Well, all bad habits come to an end eventually.
Well, if
And
he
I'm
does
sure
do something illegal, I will be the one to judge him. And I am a fair judge. Doesn't matter if you're a noble or king, or the son of one. You do a crime, you need to pay.
Well, that is quite fair, as a matter of fact. And those are good news, since I've heard quite the rumors about certain people in this city. mostly about families going at war.
Well, there are certain ways of waging war. Some of them lawful, some of them underground. Do I know all of them? No, I'm a judge. I can only judge what I have been given. But there are certain families who have been not strictly at war, but at odds with each other since the founding of this kingdom. It's always like that. If two people want something, they're going to fight over it like children.
It is sad endeavor indeed, but sadly that is the state of all humanity at this point.
That's the state of human nature, really. Not human, but humanoids. Many humanoids aren't like that. Greed is a big part of why there's a lot of mishaps. But there are other sins that need to be taken account for.
Indeed. I'd rather be greedy, but in the sense of knowledge. The more knowledge I find, it is more enriching and interesting for me.
For that I agree.
I guess it is something that I must thank my now deceased family for.
I regret to hear. No one should lose their family, especially one as young as you. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Aradine Davos, the judge of Dorian Kingdom. Most trials go through me, those trials that require a judge to be taken care of. It's a pleasure to meet the adventurers who saved the city, and those who participated in the event as well. Hello Fiend, hello Wrecker, and all the adventurers here.
It is a pleasure. My name is Eileen, as you must know,
Of
and
course.
we are the Griffic Nomads, as most of us. And there's the other groups.
Of course, I've
And-
met a few of them. The others are either on their way or decided to take a nap for the evening. Not everybody likes the gala and the socializing. It's very draining.
Understandable. I am more of a researcher myself. I would have preferred to spend the night at the library. There's many ancient tomes with incredible detail and incredible data that have not been studied so far. But due to certain circumstances, I've had to take the night and come here.
Well, circumstances or not, I'm happy to meet you personally, face to face. Let's hope that once we meet again, it's not under the hammer of the law. That goes for everyone here at this table.
Well, if we meet under the hammer of the law, I hope we are on the right side of things.
Correct. Now, if you'll excuse me, I will go and mingle with the rest of the nobles and keep an eye on things. They don't tend to talk around the judge any longer. And so he moves his way back to his table. As he passes through the three conversing, there's a moment where they hush for a second and keep conversing. You see that other people start to appear as they're being taken into the event itself. Where are they? Let me put these people.
Oh. This Valerian assassin is gonna take a while to appear.
You see more people coming in. These are generic NPC pieces that don't really have much to do. They're just here to expand on the space. They divide themselves, they take a share, they start conversing. These are noblemen of not strong houses. These are noblemen that either are
Small
under
nobles.
Yeah, they're smaller nobles. They have some standing but not as high standing as the ones that were introduced to you.
So basically barons and stuff like that.
Yes, they've come to the kingdom, to the Gala itself, and have arrived now. They're mingling amongst themselves, some females here and there, other males, partners and stuff, coming in to breaden the area. There are a few coming in, but I'm not going to spawn multiple pieces in here for a small hall. So you start to see the area start to get crowded with a lot of people. Bards playing their tunes passively. Another hour passes, and more people start to move around. Do you wish to do something? Or do you wish to wait?
So what I'm going to do, where's the prince?
He is conversing with the nobleman and lady.
What I'm going to do is I am going to move to the next table over in a spot where I am far enough from them to not raise suspicion, but actually have a clear vision of where he is.
Okay, so like this, right?
Yeah, just basically
Alright, so
I keep eating and keeping myself there.
alright. Roll me a perception check as you're trying to listen into the conversation.
There we go. Finally. Okay, so 14.
Okay.
Not even.
You hear the conversation. You enter midway the conversation, and you hear the nobleman. It's great to see you in health, Mr. Nunes. You've grown up so much since I've seen you last. And you hear the female. Yeah, you've all grown big and strong. What do you look like below that armor? Oh, please, stop teasing, please. I'm the same boy you've raised. You've seen grow, and I've, I still have many deeds to accomplish. And you just hear them talking back and forth, having this, like, circle jerk amongst themselves. No real, no real conversation really going. They're just flattering each other, talking about stuff that you don't really care about. With the 14, you see that the female is getting really close to the prince, getting touchy, touching his arm, touching it, his armor, caressing it, that kind of thing. Very, very playful, playing with her hair and stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and she's like not trying anything overly flirtatious, but she's being very giggly, if I might give it a name.
I'm gonna keep an eye on her.
Okay. You keep an eye on her for the moment. Orgast, you're like the only other player here. Are you going to do anything, or are you just gonna wait it out, or?
I'm waiting it out, considering I'm waiting for a signal
Okay.
that my good friend Liliana said for me to do, and for not to do anything. I'm a man of my word. I like to follow orders.
Okay.
At the same time, I don't.
You see this.
But you know what? I'll keep an eye on Fiend. What's Fiend doing?
Fiend is. You see that Fiend has been eating bits and pieces of food, but for a moment she stops herself and stops eating, and she's just paying attention, having a conversation with Wrecker, with you, but her plate, for the most part, is half eaten.
That's surprising.
Interesting. Yeah, that's surprising. She's a heavy eater. I like it like that. Nice time to fatten her up.
Oh, please. As I need more weight. And Astrea and Mito are on their table, conversing with each other, mingling. Wrecker's trying to talk to you and everybody. She's talking about the food, how good it is, and starts to share a tale of adventuring with you. Aileen, you see that a nobleman walks up to the prince, introduces himself. The prince doesn't really recognize him since he's a low-level noble. And so he's like, oh, I haven't met you before, and have this weird conversation. Both the noblemen say their goodbyes and allow the prince to get to know this person. And big man leaves, and the lady goes for a hug and caresses the chest piece, over her shoulder, caresses the whole front part of the chest, and walks away. And starts to converse with another noble woman over here. You haven't really asked about their names. You haven't really talked to these other two characters. The other two introduce themselves, these two have not. You can talk to them if you wish. They haven't introduced themselves to you, at least.
So I kinda wanna keep an eye out for but at the same time I do need to be aware of anyone moving around.
Yeah.
So, I am going to approach them while keeping most of my attention on the prince.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna move closer to them?
I'm gonna move closer to them, basically start a conversation, while keeping my side. I'm gonna stand in such a way that I can keep an eye out on the prince without having to without having to turn every time. So basically, I'm gonna be standing in front of them, but looking at the prince.
Okay, you're looking at 3 different people. Be easier if divide the attention or have someone talk.
Okay, so
to
where
the
are
NPC.
they? Where are they right now?
Nobleman here, lady over here, the prince here. They're all in the middle of
Okay,
the
so
floor.
I'm gonna talk to the overly touchy lady first.
Okay. You walk up to her and position yourself towards the other 2. She's like talking to this noble lady, and you approach her through her left. She turns to you. She's like, "Oh my word, that suit! It forgive my pun. It suits you. Oh my god."
Well, I had a tailor made for this gala, to be honest. I was
Well,
not I wasn't that big into dresses after all.
Well, I gotta say, it permeates your form. It's just beautiful.
Thank you very much. Same could be said about your dresses. It looks quite gallant, if I could say so myself.
Oh, I thank you. This cost an eye. This cost a leg and an arm to get. Kidding, of course.
That feels so weird.
So, what was your name again?
My name is Eileen. I am part of the group called the Griffic Nomads.
Griffic Nomads. Right, the adventurers who bested the beast, the giant. I saw that. That was very, very intense. Were you scared? I would have been scared.
I mean, it is a battle. We all fear death at some point, but I was more focused on achieving victory than on my immortality at some point.
Ah, I see. And what was that blade? After you killed that giant, it just, I don't know, did some weird black stuff. And the giant stopped moving. Did you, like, kill him? Or was he, like, unconscious or something?
Well, to be honest, I was not planning on taking his life, but thankfully he was resurrected in time.
Oh,
The blade that I use has the habit of sucking the soul out of its targets.
Ooh, kinky. Anyway, I'm sorry. You said suck. It kind of triggered something in me.
Cut. Back out. Jesus, knife blade, back out.
In my mind, I'm like, so that's where he gets it from.
Back out before it's too late.
Well,
So yes, yes, I forgot to introduce myself, and she like does a small bow, and she presents herself. My name is Liliana Everfrost. I am the sister of the betrothed.
wait, the betrothed.
Betrothed, yes, my sister, the one up there on.
No. Like I was out of characters. Like the word kind of
Betrothed.
Blitz,
That means.
blitz.
That means.
Yeah.
My sister's like, ma'am, chill. Yes. The betrothed is Elizabeth Everfrost, which is the betrothed to the prince.
It's like the words meaning kind of blitz out of my mind for a second. I'm like,
That's fine. That's fine.
oh, the sister of the prince's wife. That is quite it's quite interesting. I was not aware.
Well, yes, she is not married yet, so nothing really official. But you see that prince, right? He's good looking, isn't he? I heard he can go for hours.
I am not too knowledgeable on the matter. I've heard the rumors, but mostly hearsay about the streets.
Well, he is good in the sheets, but yes, well, before he seals the deal, I'm sure has his way to mess around. Just wanna, write it out for a bit before everything is official.
Well, I am not one to stop anyone from having their fun. So, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
Of course.
Basically me exiting.
Yeah. You just leave the conversation. You're flustered.
Hey, what was that conversation? I walk up to Aileen. Hey, what was that conversation all about?
I don't think I have the words to explain what just happened.
You don't have words to explain what happened?
I think
That's
I got
astounding.
none.
You know what? That tends to happen.
This is the first time I am out of words to explain
Speechless.
what the hell just happened.
Roll insight. I'm rolling insight.
She want me.
I'm fucking rolling insight.
It's like for Eileen, this was just like a flashbang out of nowhere. It's like
15 plus 3.
You see her that she's flustered and her mind, her gears are like trying to compute what just happened in the conversation. And she's like doesn't even know how to form a sentence, let alone a word to tell you what's happening.
She talked about sex, didn't she?
she spoke in such a way. I never knew the women in this kingdom could be so loose.
I mean, look at this one over here. She point that fiend. Look at this one over here.
Hey!
An actual devil. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right next to me. Oh shit! Wait a minute.
She's right behind you. She's eating. And she's like there with the food. Hey! She like punches you like in the in the hip.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it as an insulting way. I meant it as a more of a kind gesture. It's more a compliment.
Well, say it better next time.
All right, fine. She's
like-
damn good at the bed.
Like I'm
Thank
just gonna look at Orgasm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave you with your mess for the moment.
Oh no, listen, there is no mess. There's no mess to clean up. I'm wondering about your mess. What the hell is that all about?
As I said before, I don't think I have the words right now to explain what the hell just happened. So give me some time to collect my thoughts while I keep investigating the other areas.
All right, you go ahead.
So I just go.
By the way, I didn't mean it. It was a compliment, I swear.
So like while Orgas is trying to do damage, while Orgas is trying to do damage control, I go over to
You go to the nobleman?
yeah.
Alright.
Same tactic, basically keeping
Same
an eye on
tactic.
the prince.
Yeah. You walk up to the nobleman. He's talking to the judge momentarily as you walk relatively behind to his side. The judge points to you as the nobleman, like his puffy coat kind of covers half his vision, so he like has to turn his whole torso towards your way. It's like
So he's going full T-Rex. He's going full T-Rex with a bite.
The tiefling from the Griffic Nomads, I see. Eileen, was it not? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Apologies. My name is... my name, I forgot. Marcus E. Gladeville. At your service.
I feel like I need to write that name down. Holy shit.
Goddamn. Well, it is a pleasure, Sir Gladeville. As you have said so. My name is Eileen. I am we could say tactician of the Griffic Nomads.
I scoff in the background.
I just take a glance at Orgas like your only tactic is to smash.
The tactic.
Lovely banter. So,
What's his name again?
Marcus E. Gladeville.
Marcus E. Greedville?
Gladeville.
I'm surprised that he's not one of the. He doesn't have any of the Roman numericals to his name. That would be quite the shock.
Oh.
It's like he's only the fifth. I'm like, so there's 4 more.
Ha!
Anyway,
It's like, have you met my son, Marcus Gladeville? For a second, I'm gonna say no, fuck that. He like prostrates himself. You see him up close. He has a heavy coat, with bare fur covering the fern, and very pompous clothing. It has a lot of jewelry. His hands are kind of completely adorned in the jewelry, and the staff I mentioned with the emerald or stone that sits on top of it. And he turns to you with, amazement and asking you about what is your inquiries. What is that you pursue the most? We, Gladeville in the family, follow, well, the money more than anything. We have a hand in the market. And we like to keep our market close to heart. You have set responsibilities or vocations, I assume.
well, I am mostly. While I am an adventurer, I am mostly a scholar, and knowledge is something that I value above anything else, including money. At some point, I find information that is lost to people, to records. Sadly, some people do not value information as much and tend to, let's just say, burn it away or stash it somewhere, and it gets lost. Right now, I am in the search of ancient artifacts, if I may say so.
Ancient artifacts. Now that's fetches for a good price if you ever find one. If you wish to sell it, you can always come to the Gladeville house and we will buy it for a high price.
I will keep it in mind. After all, I normally don't tend to keep anything that I don't see any use for, and in this case, I am looking mostly for relics that I have any use for, mostly historic. A lot of things get lost. It is a good idea to always try to preserve history.
I see. It sounds very, very important for you, young lady, to keep history as if were the truth of the world. Very noble, if I say so myself. I'm a man of many feats. If you ever looking for something peculiar, you can attend to try and find something, or we can try to find it for you. We have many merchants and many connections in the city and outwards as well. Through Malarian routes or the deserts in the north, we can always find a connection. Or the items you are looking for.
Oh wait. Time out a little bit. Is it Malarian?
Malaria, yeah.
Malarian, you say?
Well, yes, I establish a trade with the southern nation. Usually crops, artifacts, and components, materials, really, for the merchants in this town to turn into better quality items.
So now that that topic of discussion has opened up, I would like to ask, how rare would it be for somebody to carry a Malarian dagger or Malarian blade in this area? I know that they are southern, but I don't know how common it is to see a Malarian walking around these parts.
Well, if I recall, Malarian blades don't really usually leave the area unless they're either an adventuring party or someone bought a buckload of weapons with them. But usually they try to keep their own weapons to themselves to identify themselves as soldiers and guardsmen. They tend to keep them close at hand, near the capital, really.
Interesting. It is something that I am also investigating, mostly looking for somebody. But I think that bit of information is quite valuable for me. Now that I know that what I would be looking for. On the other hand, I have heard that those blades are quite ornate, if I may say so myself.
Oh yes.
Not many blue blades you would see around.
No, their blades stand out anywhere, really. They're the only nation that has a blue hilt with a white blade. They tend to like that design for any reason. Really is vanity. It's power and presentation. Any blade can do.
I can understand as much. Some people like to stand out. Some people like to not stand out as much. I am of the latter category sometimes.
Well, that seems fair. Well, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Or any questions about the trade in the city? I'm very good with this information.
Well, not at the moment, but I will be sure to come by and ask for more information if the need arises.
Of course. Please, in due time, I'm always available to talk to a youngling. Experienced in adventuring and maybe a future partner in artifacting.
It will be a pleasure. Well, I will have to bid you a good night, a good evening.
Good evening, young man, young lass. And he turns his attention back to his friend, and you can walk away from that. After Orgas deals with the damage control, he turns to you again.
So I'm gonna go over to Orgas and just basically tell him what I found out about the Malarian daggers, Malarian blades specifically, because if they're not that common, because they're they're kind of an exclusive thing, then we're dealing with a Malarian, and the blade is going to stand out anywhere. So I'm like, look out for a blue hilt.
A blue hilt.
Yes. Well, let's just say that Malarians are quite are full of vanity in terms of the blades. So their blades tend to be white with blue hilts, kind of a sky blue, if I may say so myself. So stay aware for anything like that. I myself am going to go investigate.
So if I see a blue hilt, I tackle him to the ground and beat his face bloody.
Allow for me first. We have a judge here, so we don't want optics to make you look like the bad guy here. Now if things get out of control, or if you see him try attack the prince, you have full permission to turn him into pink mush.
that I can get behind. But I don't know how I'm gonna get leverage with this suit. This suit really restricts my punching, apparently.
Relax. If it breaks, we can fix it. It's not too difficult to fix a suit.
I mean, of course not. I'm the richest man in the group.
And I'm pretty sure your lady friend would like to see you in a ripped suit.
Don't tease
I
me
mean,
with a
would
good
you?
time.
I mean,
But that is not
shit.
I
have
don't
no
give-
idea either.
Don't give me ideas that I will regret later. I don't have money to fix a suit. She like,
I have money to fix the suit. Thank you very much.
are you
Yeah,
telling
I-
me that idea is viable?
Oh, it's like I am going to let you guys enjoy your night.
Elaine, don't do this. Don't do this, Elaine.
Well, what is already done cannot be undone. Enjoy the night.
I'm just standing there shaking my head. Alright, looking out for a man with a blue hilt. Blue hilt, blue hilt. I don't even know what to do when I see a man with a blue hilt. Do I report to? Who do I report to?
Go on.
Alright.
So I'm just stuck with that thought in my head.
You can roll perception if you wish.
Sure.
Right after this interaction, we're going to skip unto an hour ahead. We've already been in this party for like 2 hours, and people are mingling betwixt each other and all that. Do you roll your perception?
Yeah, 17.
Roll the 3.
A 3. Okay. Orgast, you don't see anything. You see a lot of people, but no real weapons. Most people didn't really bring their weapons. Aileen doesn't need a weapon because she can summon it. Orgast, you have your war pick, if anything. You can't really bring your big weapon with you. Varys, his fists are his weapons and stuff like that.
I bring the warhammer.
You're bringing the warhammer, just walk around with it. It's like the butler tries to take it away from you, and you just no, buy hammer.
It's like no.
Ding
It's like
on
the
the
bu-
head. No.
The butler tries to take it away, and he's
Please.
like, I'm gonna think about my life choices first.
Yes,
it's like,
exactly.
It's a suggestion. It's like it's such a suggestion. You can leave your weapons here to avoid, hitting a guest in the party. You're like, I'll carry a weapon wherever I go. It's like, well, as long as you don't hurt anybody, you just keep walking. Yes. So an hour passes and people mingle about.
You didn't tell me.
Talk about. Yes.
You didn't tell
what
me.
You see.
You didn't
Yes,
tell
as
me.
as they move and stuff like that. Some people talk to you guys, others move and stuff like that. You look around. You don't see any blue hilts sticking out of anything. You see. Most of them are not really wearing any weapons on them. The prince has his armor and his blade at his side. The king has his blade as well. Wutas has his staff and stuff like that. But you don't see anybody really wearing much of weaponry. So none of them really stand out. After the hour passes, you see that the lady walks up to this side and requests the guards to open the door because she's going to grab something directly from the kitchen. And she walks away from the event. Prince is talking and mingling to two female noble women as he's trying to have a conversation with them and stuff. And this man, the noble, walks up to him, talks to him with the ladies as well. And with your 17, you see that the nobleman does a gesture. Their backs are turned to you, but you see him make a gesture to give him something or store something in his armor. And then you hear a faint metal, como que se lo puso ahí para que se diera cuenta que le dio algo. And he keeps talking and all that stuff. Everybody keeps mingling and stuff.
Okay, so now that since we're gonna go there, let me check. Do I still have that spell? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the corner of the room where I'm not seen.
Okay,
Near
over here.
the table. Yeah. I am going to cast Unseen Servant. And I am going to tell this Unseen Servant to shake whatever the fuck he hid in his robes. Basically, I want to make it fall off.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You cast Unseen Servant as a spell, not as a ritual, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think Unseen Servant can be casted as a ritual as well. I'm looking for this.
No. Hey, we have the ghost now.
Yeah, it's unseen, so it's invisible. But I can't really move an invisible piece. So this is going to be the indication of the Unseen Servant.
I know, but before it didn't glow, now it glows.
Yeah. So, as the ladies like move around and leave, the nobleman like gives him a nod and he walks away. The prince, kind of like touching his chest, moves to this area over here. And you see him like turn away from everybody, like check what he got. And you see him like do this movement, store it, and put it into the pocket again. I'm going to ask you now for the Unseen Servant, because it is invisible. It'll have advantage. Roll me a sleight of hand check for the Unseen Servant.
Oh boy.
20, motherfucker!
Natural?
Yes!
Oh my god. So
That
you're gonna okay. So
Genuine surprise.
yeah, it is a surprise. So you see that the prince kind of like jumps like that, and the Unseen Servant kind of like pulls whatever is inside his armor and lets it fly off. And so he like moves away from that location, and I can actually spawn a piece of paper. Paper. Let's just do this. Like a piece of paper, or a file or something drops to the ground next to the Unseen Servant, and he like walks back to the table and says a gesture like, "Gonna go sleep," and the king's like lets him go because he's being a nuisance. And so he attempts to leave the gala. The servant, has the letter on the ground. You can either ask him to bring it to you, or you can go and pick it up.
I'm gonna ask him to bring it to me while keeping an eye out on the prince.
Okay. So you receive, as the Unseen Servant is like carrying it and brings it to you, you pick it up. And it is a letter. It's a big letter. It's opened. Inside is a note that says, and I quote, "I've been dying to meet the real you ever since I saw you for the first time. So if you want to get to know each other better, let's go and meet in your room." And as you're reading the letter, you pull out the letter. Another piece of fabric kind of like ejects itself a little as it's being like folded inside. Has a piece of string attached to it.
Piece of string.
Yes.
I have a couple guesses as to what it may be. I'm not even going to pull it out. I'm going to take a peek into the freaking envelope.
Well, it is a piece of fabric that has a triangular, undulated
Fucking knew it.
fabric. Yes, it is a panty, and
It's like SpongeBob secret string.
Literal, yo como que, es como que I'm reading the letter, I see the string, I'm like, oh, I fucking know what this is.
You pull the string, it has a secret compartment, it has lewd pictures of Orgast and Fiend in the bed.
Fuck, I have an idea, but it's like, one of the idea would be basically revealing my plan to the king. But if he doesn't, but then he may suspect me. On the other hand, I need question. Did our rogue come to the ball?
No, he did not. You do
Son of
not
a
see your rogue. No.
I mean our guy.
Yeah, I know. You mean Mile. Mile isn't here.
Yeah. Is there a way that I can sneak past them and? Oh, actually, maybe I can say that I'm looking for the restroom.
You can.
I'm gonna do that shit. Yeah. I'm going to follow him, and in case anyone asks, I'm just gonna say that I'm going to the restroom to refresh myself.
Roll me a.
And I am.
Yes,
by
yes.
the way, I am going to dissipate the spirit.
Okay. You will have to roll stealth as you follow the prince.
Wait. Okay, give me something good, dude. I got a 13 plus 3, that's 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. You follow the prince out the door, and you see him. You only see like glimpses of him as he like closes the door behind him, and you like run right behind him. And he's hurrying, like he's almost jaywalking at this point. He's just you just hear the armor clanking really fast.
The horn is strong with this one.
Yeah. And you hear him going up the steps and going higher and higher. And so as you follow him to the steps, you see him get close to the door, this door here, and he's like, all right, you got this. All right. Okay. Okay, yeah, you got this.
Jesus.
And he gets up to his door, and he like opens the door, and you see his face kind of go, wow, mother. And he walks inside and closes the door behind him.
So I'm gonna get close to the door and open it slightly, just enough so I can see inside.
All right. Roll me a stealth check.
17.
17. That is good. Yes, good. So as you peek into the room, you see that the prince is covering the door, but in between the strands and everything, you can see a female dressed in lingerie with little to nothing on, and she's just resting on the side of the chair, and she's like, "I've been waiting for you. What took you so long?" And starts this foreplay with him, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I do not like to keep a maiden waiting," and he starts to drop his sword and start to loosen his armor.
Oh. You fucking idiot.
The horny is strong with this one. And so
Yes, the horny is strong with the session.
it progresses to a point where he's practically unarmed. He's doffed off his armor. It only takes him a minute to doff off the armor.
Man, it should have taken like 30 seconds. How horny he is. Jesus Christ.
He walks up to
like-
her and, caresses her hair, and then starts to make out with this person. As he got closer, and you can see who is inside with what little light, you can see that it's Liliana. And
Alright.
she's just making out with him at this point.
Alright. Although, if she wanted to do it, she clearly took the steps. But something is amiss here.
Is something really amiss?
I'm gonna keep watching just in case. I'm ready.
Man.
In case anything.
I didn't know you were into that.
In case anything happens, I have a plan.
Dude, if Orgas is there, he'll be judging you so bad.
Sus. Very sus.
They're pretty sus. Don't do that when we're fucking, okay?
What are you
Don't
talking
be doing
about?
that shit when we're fucking.
I don't think in the case of Orgas, I don't think I need to be even near the end to hear you for that. So
Hey, we're not that loud, okay? We're not that loud.
Bruh.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, really? Wait, so you're watching us? You pervert. Peeking at other people's fucking. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You see them making out and yeah.
Jesus
you see,
Christ.
If you were to see the chat, my sister's writing hella sus, bro.
That is hella sus.
Yeah, hella sus. So you see them making out and doing these rapid movements as they both proceed to go to the bed. And you kind of lose them as they go to the bed. You can only see like the shadow of them.
I am
going
going
into
to
the bed.
slightly push the door open more to keep a bit to keep visibility because I'm trying to find out who the fuck is the assassin, and she's giving me mad fucking sus vibes right now. This is an easy way to kill a motherfucker, especially if somebody as horny as this fucker.
My sister says, tell him to take out a flashlight. Yeah, so you see him making out. They're practically undressing each other as they're doing it. To a point where he's on his back on the bed and she's on top of him. I'm going to ask you to roll a perception check, please.
Knife, play, knife, play, knife, play.
I'm believing that's what's going to happen. 13.
13?
Yeah. Bad roll.
Yeah. You see her on top of him. You see what little you can from your perspective. And in a swooping motion, you can hear the bed rocking. You can hear the movements. You can see movements and stuff, but you can't really perceive what's happening.
Is it too dark or something?
It is dimly lit. You can only see like figures and stuff. Although you do have dark vision.
It's why I'm saying.
It is dark. You can see figures and grays. You can see them like getting into it to a point where she like gets up abruptly and says, "Hey, want to see more susly? Stop. Stop."
Wait, what? What the fuck? Where are you going with this, Angel?
It's my sister. She's on the chat. You know, this is streamed.
Pretty sus. Yes, I agree, Liz.
On the chat on Twitch?
Yeah, on Twitch.
Oh, I am so. Oh, I'm gonna watch this shit.
Yeah, I should join Twitch as well.
Please. Please, that way we have 5 people. Yes, so you see that they're going at it, and she like straightens her join me. She straightens herself up, says, "You know, you're not as big as I thought. But I've had bigger." And you see her grab something from below her hair. And
knife, play.
Small pee-pee shame. And
don't kick shame.
You don't see the movement, but you kind of get the sense of the sudden change in atmosphere.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to fucking cast Crown of Madness.
On her. On her. Okay.
On her. Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, what the fuck are you doing?
I knew something was up.
Crown of Madness.
You kick shaming, Eileen. You kink shaming.
It's an action. It's nothing. It's
Oh,
nothing
she
wrong.
has
It's
to.
an action.
She has to roll a save.
Yeah. She has to roll a save.
What is
Liz,
the
tell
DC?
Aline that he's king shaming.
Yeah, she is. What is the DC that she needs to roll for?
Give me a second.
And what is she rolling against?
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. Okay.
Bitch, you better fail that roll.
She rolled a
Watch it.
15. So,
Son of.
yeah. So, you see, as you get, you lean out the door and cast your crown of madness on her, you see the thorns start to create itself around her head, and as they go to plunge themselves into her head, she who was that? You whore! What are you doing here?
Alright. I think I should be asking you the same thing.
Well, I'm
Especially-
having my peace.
So I am going to summon Blackblade, and I'm just going to point that at her. And I think you have already said your piece, so you better step off the prince this moment.
She gets off the bed. Get off him. My job here is already done. She pulls out the blade, and in fact it is the white blade with a blue hilt. And she's holding the blade. Prince will no longer be with us in a bit. And he's like, what are you talking about? Oh, don't worry, sweetie. It'll be painless. No one will miss you.
You're probably in poison. And somebody's about to... I don't know what she did to you, but... You have about 5 minutes to put on some clothes, so we can deal with it. Meanwhile, I will fry a bitch alive.
I'd like to see you try. And now we'll roll for initiative.
Oh boy, just two.
Just the two of them, yeah.
Let's see who gets the surprise roll. Surprise round.
So technically a cat fight.
Practically.
13.
That cat fight. I mean, if the prince walks in, then it'll be a threesome.
Nah. So 13.
You walk in and just blast the prince alive.
You wanna know what's the best part? She has no armor.
Neither do you, but yeah.
I mean, but I have clothes, so.
Armor is just defense.
This is gonna be a
It's a cat
It's gonna be a
fight.
relatively interesting fight.
Yeah. The prince is in the bed. It is your turn, Eileen.
So, Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be merciful. Wait, shit. Which dice I was using? Oh yeah, this one. So let me go get the fucking modifiers and
I
shit.
am not kink shaming the sister at all.
Okay, so I got a 19. I got a 19.
No kink shame for me.
I got a 19 for the Eldritch Blast. I'm not counting plus as that's just a roll.
Okay. 19 to hit.
Yeah,
That hits. Roll for damage.
it was a 1d10. Where's my 1d10? There's my 1d10. Wait, fuck. Give me a second, I need to clear the area. There we go. Get a 7. 7 plus 4. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's an 11.
11 damage.
Yeah.
Alright. So you cast your
Wait.
Eldritch. What?
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't add the bonus for Agonizing Blast.
Doesn't have it already added? Does it have a plus already?
It doesn't say here per
It
se.
should. If you're using D&D Beyond, it should already add the pluses to their D10.
It does.
If it doesn't have the plus, then you need to add it. You're using D&D
let's
Beyond,
see.
right?
Yeah, I'm using D&D Beyond, but I'm not rolling with D&D Beyond.
Okay. Then you need to add your. Wait, you already had a plus 11. It had 11 damage, which already adds to your pluses because your max roll base is 10.
I mean that the basic roll is a 1d10 is a 1d10 plus 4.
Plus 4, which is your agonizing blast.
Gotcha.
Because normally it's just a 1d10.
Gotcha.
There you go. So, music stopped. As you hit her with your agonizing blast, the assassin takes a hit. That hurts, you know, but not as much as when I'm through with you. And she runs towards your face and attempts to slash you with the blade. Two
Wait,
times.
don't I have a?
You only have
action?
one attack. You do have a bonus action which you could do, but you didn't really say.
You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going for. If I have it.
Yeah, your smite, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you prepare your smite as she runs up to you, with her blade in hand, and she swipes twice towards you.
You better fail, bitch.
Well, a 3 for the first attack, and the second it is a 21 to hit.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouchers.
So
Wait,
that's
three-
one hit, which is 1d6 piercing. You, my friend, must now roll a Constitution saving throw.
Son of a bitch.
As you feel the blade is coated with something.
17.
You succeed, which means you
Fuck.
take half as much. So you, my friend, take 6 damage of piercing, plus 11 poison damage.
Fucking knew it. Let me see. So 11 damage.
Yes, plus 6.
So
So you took 17 damage.
11.
17.
Bitch.
She's an assassin. Stings, doesn't it?
It's not going. It's not. It doesn't sting as much as what's going to happen to you.
Oh, I'm so scared. It is your turn now.
You know I'm going melee for this one.
Go right ahead.
Her.
No one
me go
hears
get-
this?
Not really. No. No one's really
All right.
screaming.
So black.
How far away is the ball room, the gala
It's
room?
another floor
To this room.
above. It is a floor above, and it is practically noise and everybody talking. You don't hear it. You might hear like something moving, but no real noise per se.
They're about to hear this bitch scream. I got a 20 for the fucking melee, dude.
You got a natural 20?
Yes.
All right, you crit. You crit for your damage. So roll for double your blade damage and at your raffle smite, which means she needs to roll a save if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, she's gonna have to. Give me a second though.
Raffle
Fucking
smite.
hell.
Raffle smite.
This one,
Psychic, and she needs to do a wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
it's a 1d10, so it's 2. Let me go get another one.
Yeah. As you hit her with your raffle smite, and when the psychic energy hits her, which is a d6 for psychic, she is pushed back by the energy, and she like lets out a yelp out of the pain, but she resists the urge and the energy that was being transmitted to her. She is not affected by the raffle spike.
I got an 8 and a 3.
8 and a 3, so 11 again, and your psychic damage, which is a d6.
Six.
So 17 again. Alright. As you slash her with the blade and she hits D6 these nuts, Liz, come on. As she gets slashed by the blade and takes the damage, she's just kind of unfazed. Is that the best you got? I might not seem like it, but I'm accustomed to the pain.
Oh, you had to say such a cheesy line.
Oh, shut up. You still have a bonus.
Wrathful again.
I believe you already used your 2 packs.
Fuck.
Yeah, because you used your pack for your Unseen Servant, and Raffle's Might is another pack spell.
Wait.
Unseen Servant is a pack spell.
I mean, yeah, but didn't I? Never mind. Let me see what I can do. If I can do anything else.
I mean, you could cast Thaumaturgy if you wish to scream alert, because you don't have that much HP to begin with.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna go for Thaumaturgy.
Go ahead.
I need certain fuckers to make their way up here. Give me a second. Spells. Thaumaturgy at will. Duration 1 minute.
Yeah, you can boon your boys, you can make yourself look a bit more frightening, like make your eyes glow and stuff like that. But booning the voice is what you're using Thaumaturgy to alert your allies.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy, basically screaming for Orgas to get the fuck up here.
All you hear is, Orgas, get up here! Well, that is what you
hear it? Do I hear it?
You do hear it because she's booming, and everybody hears the scream at this point. And everybody's like, "What the
Look at Fiend.
fuck?"
I gotta go. Just take off.
And Fiend's just, okay, bye, I guess. Orgas, you leave. You will be coming in as you dash, in 2 turns.
I dash down the hallway thinking, I'm gonna punch the person. 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 I'm gonna punch this person.
Yeah.
Sucking myself up.
Oh Jesus.
Varus, hearing Orgast, will follow him as well. Astrea and Mito will run because they heard you screaming. Here's Astrea. They will be coming in the next 2 turns. So that ends your turn. Now it is the enemy turn. And she will attack twice again. It's like, you little bitch! Calling for friends? Backup? Are you such a weakling? She just put you out of your misery.
Says the one that
You
needs
just call
to
her
lay-
a baka?
Says the one that needs to lay with her victims to kill them.
Sex is a very good isolating factor. You should get to know that.
I mean, if I was there, I would agree.
Like, I am not that simple-minded.
10 and 17 to hit.
Bitch.
She hit you once, right? What is your armor class?
Yeah.
12. Yeah, she hit you for one of them. So that is, again, well, first damage, which is a roll. You need to roll another Constitution save. Another 6 damage.
18.
18, you succeed, which means half of the poison damage.
So
13.
how much?
So 19, which means you are down.
Fucking hell.
Yes. You are down.
I need to do that save. Fucking hell.
Yeah. You are
Mike.
down. And so, as she slashes you with the blade, and you resist the poison, but it hurts you enough that you drop to your knees. It's like, well, and she like lifts your head to face her. Seems you're the weakling. And pushes you to the side where you lose your consciousness completely and fall to the ground.
Oh, that's safe?
No, because that was her turn. Now it would be your death save,
man,
and she
I would
disappears.
I would love for when she exits the door, I walk in. Where is it? I hit her with the door. Where's the person I have to punch?
All right.
Okay, so my
Roll your death save.
that's not good. I got a 6.
That's a failure.
Fuck. Yeah, I know.
As a failure.
I got 3 there, so fuck.
All right. She does her action and stuff. Eileen's turn again, and then these guys run.
11.
in.
11.
You succeed, and I'm going to just apply everybody. So first one running in, so everybody just runs in. You run into the room, Orgast, and you see, you see Eileen on the ground, unconscious, bleeding.
I rush towards Eileen, and I give a medicine check to stabilize.
Okay. Roll a medicine check, please.
It's a 2. Indeed, beyond haste. Actually, dice roll is in general hit me.
Yeah. Your skill check fails, and you're unable to stabilize her.
Ah, fuck this. I give lay on hands.
All right. How many lay on hand points are you giving?
Let me see how many I have left.
You should have them all.
Yeah, I have them all. You're totally correct. I am going to spend 5.
5. All right. Eileen, as you're down on the ground, you feel the coursing of the current, the waters rushing towards your body. You feel your body get rejuvenated by the cold stream of a waterfall. And then your eyes light up and you're awoken as Orgast is touching your wound, casting the lay on hands on you.
Are you alright, Eileen?
Could be better. But
Now, where's the person? Did the person I have to punch do this to you?
the naked bitch in front.
What
You
naked
look around,
bitch?
she's not there.
Oh, she's running away. Before anything, how much HP do I recover from that?
5.
Oh, what does she look like? Features? Anything?
Can you describe her real quick?
She had a red head, hazel eyes, pale skin. She had like dots here and there, but very bimbo-ish looking. She had lingering, but that you don't know if that has changed in the passing of 2 turns.
It's the overly touchy
Better.
bimbo from the ball.
Red head, hazel eyes, pale skin. Moles everywhere. Chase her down.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you can, put your pick through her ribs.
Give her a flying kick.
Got it.
I'll be there soon to punch her.
I'll leave that to you. Okay. So
Well, I tell Varys so if he can run off or something.
Alright, so that ends.
okay.
That was your action and movement and bonus because lay on hands, I believe, is a bonus, right?
No, land hands is an action, which is
Alright,
bullshit.
that's fine. Okay. It should be a bonus, but that's fine. Varys runs in. He's like, huh, what has happened here? What's going on
I
with
give
the
Varys the
prince?
lowdown.
Yeah. What's going on with the prince? And you look at the prince on the bed, practically naked, and he's
like,
convulsing
it's like-
on himself.
Okay, I rush towards the prince, and fuck. Wait, what? I did not know about lay on hands. I cast 5 more points of lay on hands to cure him of diseases or poison effects.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah!
I
That's
didn't
it says right here.
I didn't know lay on hands could do that.
5 HP to either cure disease or neutralize poison affecting a creature.
Bruh.
That is overpowered.
Liz, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so that will require you to do another action though, right?
Yes, I will use my other action to, on my turn, to cure the prince.
Alright, so you run right next to the prince and he's naked, so you like pull the la tela or lo que sea, just cover his junk, and then you you like prepare yourself to cast lay on hands, like very sus. Varys, as you tell him everything, he's like, okay, so what do you need me to do again? Look for something, or?
Chase the bimbo
Yes.
down.
Redhead,
Chase the bimbo
hazel
down.
eyes, pale skin, moles everywhere. Track her down, give her a flying kick.
Okay. And, I will roll for him to determine, because Jampy's not here, and apparently he's not joining. And I don't know qué pasó con Mito. That's okay. So he is...
Roll it, right.
He is, going to run in here, check around, walk up to this closet, and open it. I can't open it. This doesn't have the opening animation. Opens the closet, nothing inside. Gets up to this closet, uses his free action, opens it, nothing inside. And that spends
I
his
think
movement
she's
there.
not. I'm under the impression she's not here, Varys. Go somewhere else.
Hey, and he's like between the divider. I'm just checking, making sure she's not like hiding or something, okay? I don't know.
Understandable.
I didn't see her
Fine,
leave.
you win this round.
Mito like runs in and sees the whole thing. He walks up and let me load up. I don't think she'll be in the closet. Please stop. Don't stop, but come on. Where's Mito's character sheet? There it is. Pretty sure he has a spell that can help at least you. Okay, he has Healing Word. So he's going to cast Healing Word on Aileen as a 2nd level spell. You heal 8 points.
Alright. I'm up to 13.
Yes. Hope this helps. Assassin,
More than enough.
where? What happened? And starts inquiring. Astrea runs in as well, trying to figure out what's going on.
So to give you the short version, redhead bimbo, she's the assassin. She poisoned the prince, but Orgas is taking care of him. She's escaped. We need to find her.
Got it. Should we check another room, or should we like make sure she's not in here?
I think we can use your abilities for a minute. Can you turn into a hound?
Yes, I can.
Then you're gonna have to
you-
smell something and you're not going to like it.
Alright, so I'm guessing that turning into a beast. Wild shape as an action. Okay, so he will use his action to wild shape. Just to follow your lead. He will wild shape himself into a dire wolf. And starts to, like, looks at you like, "Ruff."
I pulled the letter out
Okay,
with
get a whiff.
it's like
And he will roll
My
a
God.
survival check
I told you it
with
would
advantage because they have the direwolf has advantage when it comes to smell and sight, I believe. Good, because he rolled a 6 and a 16. So 16 plus what is your will forms? Perception. A plus 6. Yeah, a plus 6. So 22. So he starts to sniff around. Follows directly into what would be the bath. Sorry.
So,
Gets to the bath and starts to growl and like point with his body like
With the dog.
yeah, his dog form. He can't speak in his dog form.
so
No, I'm saying who's there with the dog.
Oh, that's Varys.
Varys is with the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Give it the flying kick.
And,
I'm gonna follow.
As
And
Varys gets close and like alerts you guys of her presence, she like jumps out of the water using her reaction and slashes at Mito's form.
bitch.
With a 17, which the wolf form has a 14, so he gets hit, which means Mito has to roll a con save, which he succeeds, which means half of the blade's damage. Okay, so he takes 6 from the slashing damage.
I'm gonna give that
And
bitch
9
some
from the poison. So
I'm gonna give her
6,
necrosis now.
15. 15 to the wolf form.
I'm gonna rot her limbs. I haven't used this spell for a while. I haven't used this cantrip in a while, so yeah, boy.
Astrea runs in, getting to max for movement, and will use her weapon. Be great if they were here, but shit.
Shit.
Shit. So that's 15, which hits. 6 damage. Okay. Yes, as she shoots directly at. You wanna what now? I don't know. She shoots at the assassin, it grazes her. And she's getting frustrated because she wasn't expecting this many people. It's like, I wasn't expecting a party. Just one man. The mutt? That ends Estrella's turn. Now it is Aileen's turn.
So I'm gonna cast Chill Touch.
Shield touch. Okay, you
Yeah.
get closer. You cast Shield Touch, which is an attack spell. So roll for your attack.
Wait, shit. Fucking hell. Give me a minute.
Hello,
Fucking
people.
A. Where be my dice? Where's the D20? These are not the ones I was using. Where the fuck did you go, boy? Boy! Seriously,
Come
my
here.
fucking D20 just... Oh. Motherfucker was camouflage.
Want me to roll for you or something?
17.
17. 17 does hit. So roll for your damage.
Let me see. So Chill Touch has 2d8. Ooh.
Yes, at 5th level. That is correct.
So I got a 1 and a 8.
A what? A
A
1 and an 8?
an 8. Yep.
A 1 and an 8. So 9. Chill Touch has the added bonus of it can't regain health at the start of... It can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn, till then the hand clings to the target. Okay. Yeah, so...
Wait.
As you...
Wait.
Yep.
Sorry. This shit says 2d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So,
Yeah. So as you cast the Chill Touch, a hand apparates behind her and grabs her over the shoulder, and it starts to sink into her skin, and you start to see her vitality start to be drained from the hand. It's like, ah, what the hell is this?
Your comeuppance.
All right, that is your action, and she takes 9 damage from that. How's your action? You don't have much of a bonus right now.
It's fine. I just woke up and I need to recover HP anyway, so.
Yeah. So that ends your turn. Now it is Liliana.
Oh, we got a message on our group chat.
Yeah, I saw that. Sorry, job. Shit. He had a job. I didn't know he worked.
Feels bad.
Yeah, it feels bad. So, Liliana's turn. She is practically surrounded. Her escape is through 4 people. And looking at her kit, her best chance of getting out of here is by using the short sword. Okay. Okay. With a weapon attack and has advantage on the attack roll. Or when the target is within 5 feet of an ally of the assassin that is incapacitated. I'd sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
I love the delay between Twitch and the actual session.
Oh.
You just delay.
Okay, so she will first get out of the water and will attempt to attack the wolf and Varys with the short blade. Well, there goes a die, so I'm gonna roll over here. Alright, first attack is the wolf, second attack is Varys, so the first attack is a 23, which hits, and the second attack it is a 10, which, if I'm not mistaken, Varys has a lot of AC, so misses. Yep, 16. So she hits the wolf again, which means that our friend here, Mito's form, has to fails the Constitution save, so he takes full damage. This is the blade. Sim damage. 30 poison damage. So he takes 37 damage.
God damn.
That's what's dangerous
Fucking
about an
hell.
assassin. That's what's dangerous about fighting an assassin. Form takes 37,
Too bad I don't have any other spells.
which would have been the whole HP. So, I need my calculator now because the damage gets pushed over to his actual HP. 37
Fuck.
minus 22. He takes 15 real life damage as it goes back to his human form.
Oh, this is just
The wolf
15,
form
but
gets
still.
destroyed, and his body reverts back to his druid form, and the poison itself deals a shit ton of damage. He's practically at half health right now. It's like, oh, the mutt was a person all along. Shocking. Orghast, it is your turn. The prince is still there.
I run into that
convulsing.
room. You still convulsing? Oh
You
shit, that's right.
you
I said I
haven't
was
done
gonna.
it yet. That's why I say because otherwise you leave him to die.
I do the lay on hands. I already burnt the 5, by the way, just in
Okay.
case.
Okay, so you cast your lay on hands, and he's convulsing it, losing consciousness as his eyes roll back. You put your hand on his chest and cast the lay on hands. You feel his body kind of lift up from the energy, and the whole molasses of this poison kind of eject out of his breath and dissipate into the air. He falls back into the bed with no energy and just practically collapses there, but in no danger of death. He is, in every sense of the word, stable.
Okay, so I place a pillow under his back so he can like sit up in case he has to projectile vomit. He doesn't choke on his vomit.
Okay.
Then I run into the other room.
Yeet! Alright. You run into the other room, which, considering your speed... You could dash and get into her face.
I mean, if I dash and get into her face, she'll just attack me.
True.
So,
That was your action to cast Lay on Hands. You still have a bonus, so you could prepare for your next turn.
Alright. Then give me 1 second then. Oh my god, Orghast is not here. Has to be here. Let us see. Legitimately, what I was gonna fucking do was just run up to her face and punch her in the face.
Just punch her.
Yeah, just punch her. I was just gonna punch her because I was specifically instructed to punch her in the face.
Okay.
But I don't have bonus actions. That's the thing about paladins.
They don't have built-in bonus actions.
What? That's so. Wait, hold on. Okay, so that's a bonus action. Is that a movement?
Aggressive?
Yeah, aggressive.
As a bonus action, you can move up to your speed towards an enemy of your choice that you can see or hear.
In this case, I hear.
In this case, hear and see. Aggressive, where does that come from? Does that come from your... Yes, it comes from your race, I believe. And you also have Harness Divine Power as a bonus action, which you can use to channel your
Which,
sound
yeah,
divinity as a bonus
level
action.
a spell slot. I don't have spells. Oh yeah, I do have spells. What the fuck am I talking about? Fucking idiot. Oh no, I didn't take. No. Okay, never mind. No, apart from that, everything takes an action.
Yeah. Apart from that, yeah.
Fuck.
Aggressive,
hell.
harness, divine power, or magic weapon, misty step are also spells you can cast as a bonus action. But they cast spells a lot.
Alright, I walk up towards around the curtain, and as a bonus action, I cast Thunderous Smite.
Thunderous Smite? Okay.
Yes.
You cast Thunderous Smite.
I very intimidatingly walk across around the curtain, just cracking my knuckles while Thunderous Smite is on.
Okay.
So, you're the person I have to punch.
You wouldn't hit a lady, would you?
I make demonesses in my bed for breakfast.
Kinky.
Very. I have to punch you, I'm sorry.
That ends your turn, so now it is Varys' turn. Varys will attack 3 times, as he usually does. He will use his attack and flurry of blows, so that's... That one went up. Okay, 10, 3, 6. And they'll have a +6, so... 10 hits, 3 misses, 6... This is 6 hit. No. 12 misses. So, Varys throws a punch, hits her across the side, and then when he goes for the other 2 attacks, she dodges and moves out of the way, using her moist body to, like, soften the blows as they, like, go around her. He lands 1 hit, so that's... He lands 1 unarmed strike, which is a d6. Deals 6 damage. She is getting tired. She's getting frustrated, and she may do something desperate to get out of there. Varys already used his bonus action, so he can't really do shit now. So that ends his turn. Mito doesn't really have many engagement-based actions, because he's more of a spellcaster than anything. Can't use heat metal because he's not wearing metal. He is going to... He's over the capacity. What happened? No, don't lose the connection. Oh no, I lost internet.
Hello?
Hello? I suddenly lost internet.
Angel?
Yeah.
Did Angel die?
Here.
I think it is. It's frozen.
I'm here. You guys are frozen for B2. Oh, there. You're moving.
Oh god,
Yeah.
you're moving. Okay, good.
Okay.
Everything tanked.
Internet tanked for a sec there.
Yeah, we
I'm
noticed.
sorry. Yeah,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry for those on the stream as well.
What I was going to say is, what spells does he have?
He has a lot of... He has Druidcraft Mending, Produce Flame, Beast Bond, Hailing Word, Jump, Long Strider, Speak with Animals, Heat Metal, Pass Without Trace.
Alright, what
Not
I'm
many
about
combat
to do
spells.
is a bit... So... Okay, so what I'm about to do is fucking risky as fuck. So I need him to kind of pull back and cast Healing Word on me.
Okay.
Because the movement... I'm gonna fucking... If I can. I don't know. Can I use Hellish Rebuke?
As a reaction, and that is...
Yes.
You only have 1 use. So when she attacks you and hits you, you have to use Hellish Rebuke. You have to tell me that you're using your reaction for that. So,
That's
Mito is going to disengage as an action. get into the back lane and cast Healing Word towards Aileen again. How many spell slots does he have? He's using 2nd level again. And you heal a little less this time. Where's the number, please? 6. You heal 6 points.
More than enough.
Yes. So, Mito ends his turn. Now it's Estrella's turn. Estrella's going to run up, get to her side, take out her, not her whip, her flail, and she's going to flail the enemy twice. Flail. She's going to flail. Flail.
Give me my fureru.
Woo! 14 and 19. Wait, is she a champion? Is she a champion?
If she's a champion, she got 19 crit.
Exactly, that's what I'm looking for. She's a champion, so she does have a critical. So that's a crit. Yep, she is getting smacked, and she got hit twice. So that is a D8 and double D8s. Plus 8. 15 plus 8. 23. In 2 swoops. As Astrea gets to her side and flails her, hitting her twice for 23 damage. She is... This is a 2. Okay, yeah.
You down?
She's not down, but she is bleeding a lot. She's like holding on to the bath itself, and she's like holding on to herself.
How much HP does he have?
I can't tell you that, but she is dying.
What? I wanna
Like, she's
knock her
lost a lot of health.
unconscious. I wanna knock her unconscious.
Alright, Aileen, it is your turn.
I wanna knock her unconscious, so I kinda wanna hit her with this, with the
blade?
With the blade. I wanna hit her with the blade, but not with the edge. Just smack her enough that she goes.
Okay, so you're going for a non-lethal strike.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for your attack.
Oh fuck. Give me a second. Okay, out here. Okay. Oh shit. Second. Equipment. Black edge. There we go.
Yes, we do. We have Liberty. Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. My sister saying in the chat. Yeah.
15.
15?
Yeah. Not counting the pluses. Just
It's
that's
back,
the
it's back.
roll.
The pluses? How much? 15 without the pluses, you mean, for the attack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, that hits. Roll the damage.
Second. Yo no entiendo qué es lo que tiene D&D Beyond, pero cada vez que se me bloquea la pantalla, the app just fucking vanishes.
No, I don't know.
Spin account. Equipment again. Black edge. It's 1d8 plus 5. So 1d8.
F in chat, guys. F in chat.
I got a 4. I got a 4 plus 5. That's 9.
9 damage?
No, sorry. It's 1. Oh yeah. Wait. What? Why does it say 1d10 plus 5? I forgot.
Because you can use your charisma for your attack.
Two hand.
That too.
I'm gonna use it to one hand at this time. Trying not to kill him.
Yeah. You have a +5 because 1, Black Edge is a magical weapon, so it has a +1 to his bonus and damage. And second, you're a Hexblade Warlock, so you can use your charisma for your damage output. So that's why you have a +5. How much was the total damage? enough to knock her out. So, so as you run up and go to strike her with the blunt side of the blade, you hit her straight across her gut, and the wind kind of just exits her body, and she collapses onto the ground, kind of knees down, head down, and stops moving and reacting. She is unconscious. Ending combat effectively.
So I'm gonna look at. Wait, Mito is in his human form now.
What?
Is Mito in his human form?
You're all together.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna tell Orgas to go check on the prince. Meanwhile, I'm gonna tell Nita to take one of the sheets, rip her apart to use it as rope, because we have the rope on us.
Yeah. Alright, so, Orgas, do you go and check on the prince?
Well,
Yes,
he's already
yes,
stabilized him, but you know.
yeah, he's alive.
Fine. I'll go and check on the prince, considering the fact that I already did my job and I didn't get to punch the lady. Which is sad.
Sadness. Mito accompanies you to check up on the prince. It's like, he seems okay, right? He seems like...
Oh, he's definitely fine, don't worry about it. I cured him of his illness.
You look at the prince and he's like... Boca abierta.
Yeah, he's totally fine. No, he's totally fine, don't worry about it. He'll be fresh and ready to go by tomorrow.
Good. I wouldn't like the king to get mad at us because he's deformed or something.
Oh, deformed, look at him, he looks like $1 million.
La lengua afuera.
I just walk out. What I'm going to do while they talk, I'm just gonna grab the assassin by the foot and drag her out of the bathroom like a freaking potato sack. Just like, rip one of the sheets apart. We need to tie up this bitch.
Okay. Varys helps you in like ripping some of the sheets and stuff and making a makeshift hawk tie. So you hawk tie her hands, maybe not her legs, but you hawk tie her. She is practically naked. So either you put on something or you leave her as she is.
I was like, you know what? She caused me too much trouble. She'll go as she is.
Alright. She is tied. As strong as possible. Is there... What do you want to do with her?
Let's take her out to the ball and announce what's happening.
As you're conversing with each other, you start to hear movement coming from the steps, a bunch of footsteps. As you see the Sky Knight walking into the room with Wutaz and Draxus both walking behind them. And they just see this scene of you guys tying up a naked Liliana. She's beat up, she's bloodied, she's unconscious, she's bloodied and everything, and you guys just, tying her up. You're, like, grabbing her by the shoulders when they walk in. They also see the prince on the other side with the other two, like, the prince, like... with the tongue out, and their initial reaction is shock at the scene itself, and Matthew's the first one to go, "What is the meaning of this? What is going on here?"
Well, there's that woman in the other room. She has a poisonous dagger. Hit the prince. Look at the prince right now. He looks like incapacitated. We assess the situation. She's knocked out.
Let's just say that we got we made sure that the prince is alive to see another day. And
Yes, and the prince will see another day due to my personal and professional care.
yes, I owe you a crate of booze for that, because otherwise I'll be in the same situation. For the moment, we have the culprit tied up and ready for exposure. And down at the ball. After all, uncovering a whole assassination plot is quite tiring. And I need to lay down.
Wutaz walks forward. Assassination attempt or not, this is Liliana we are talking about. This is the sister of the betrothed to the prince. So I would suggest giving us a few minutes to clear out the gala, right? Have the important people there. We don't want to cause a scene in the kingdom. It's a whole noble house with great renown suddenly has an assassin for the king. We will have the gathering. Just give us a few minutes and make sure he doesn't wake yet. Put something on her, please. Have some decency.
Well, decency ran out of the window when I had to tail her to make sure that the prince didn't get killed due to his extreme libido.
Draxus walks up. I'm sorry, did I just hear you followed her because she was being very open with sex?
No, I followed her because I had already suspicions that somebody was trying to kill him, and that she would fall because of his libido.
Why wasn't I informed that the prince was being targeted for assassination?
Well, because I didn't know who to trust. And because, sadly, she had connections in higher places.
Either way, give us a moment to speak to the king and queen. And
Do so. For the moment.
make preparations.
I just got cured from poison.
Yeah. And so, what happens is, everybody, including Fiend and Wrecker, are asked to leave the party. The Flaming Banner also leave as well. And they ask the guards to wait outside, as they don't want them listening into this conversation. The betrothed is here. As you're waiting, and everybody's leaving, the prince kind of goes What happened?
You're totally fine. A woman tried to fuck you to death, and I brought you back.
Well, this is unexpected.
Very unexpected. It happens to the best of us.
Still naked. Could I have
No,
some...
don't worry. Your privates are covered, so no one can see.
Okay.
Just covered with a sheet.
Can you? Yeah, it's covered, but he's still naked. Can you pass me that? And he points to his clothing on the ground.
Well, of course. What are my manners?
Yeah, you toss him the clothing. You don't just hand it.
Clothing,
You
I
toss
toss
him the clothing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And he puts on the shirt first, which covers his groin and stuff, and gets out of bed. It's like, well, this is some really unusual.
Okay? You need some water?
Water would be nice, really. This is very unusual. This is the first time this has happened where I'm killed while having sex.
Calm your pants down.
That too. That
I hand him
too.
a glass of water.
Oh, thank you.
When people start noticing a pattern of behavior, you tend to become predictable, and in this case, somebody took advantage of that fact.
Yes, duly noted, me. Not the H2O kind list, please. Yes, Duly noted. I will pay more attention to my safety next time.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Yes. Utas is in the room, and so is the Sky Captain. But Prince, I'd suggest you get dressed. We have to speak to your father now. Great. Shouldn't this night have gone worse? Your death would have been worse. Worse than my death, I mean. And, he takes his clothing and enters the bath / change room, and he gets dressed, which takes him about 10 minutes. Which is enough time for everybody to leave. Only the head of the house is like the judge and Marcus E. Gladevale stay behind with the king, the queen, and and Elizabeth.
So I want us to I want us to basically take her as is. And as we step in, I'm just going to be. Well, I would like to formally apologize for ruining the night. Well, we have your assets.
Let me put this here. Yes, so as you walk into the room, holding Liliana, like over your arm, carrying the hostage. Everybody behind you, practically just surrounding her. You walk into the room and you see the atmosphere is serious and alerting. You see that Elizabeth is disturbed. The prince is still woozing from the poison. The king is furious. So you walk in with her in front, and you like toss her into the front, wearing almost nothing. And the king is the first to speak up. So this is the assassin. Wasn't expecting an Everfrost to be the assassin.
Well, Your Majesty, it is regrettable to find out such a thing, but sadly, some people can only be called traitors.
Yes, traitors, but for what purpose? Liliana's but a child compared to all the noble houses, with little to no power to herself. Which strikes me as odd, Your Honor, Your Highness. She seems incapable of such thing.
Well, Your Majesty. Her motives are unknown to me. I just happened to catch wind of information that noted that the prince will be assassinated tonight, and we took action upon it. We even had to hide our sources, for apparently the assassin had bought off the knights of the capital. Most of the people associated with said source have been either imprisoned or executed at this point.
See the king ponder for a moment. Wake her. I must ask her personally and hear her answer through her words.
As you wish, and I reach into. I assume that the tables have pitchers of wine.
Yes.
I'm gonna take one of said pitchers
Okay.
and dump it on the face.
Dishonorable. Lovely. You dump it on top of her unconscious body and just... What? Where? And she looks around takes around the surroundings and sees the royal family in front of her and everybody surrounding her.
You have much explaining to do, Missy. And if I were you, I would speak the truth. And do not try anything funny. You already caused me a lot of trouble tonight.
Truth means nothing to you, but it means everything to me, little one. I want to ask you, who put you up to this? And she releases a giant grin. No one, my liege. I just really wanted to kill the bastard who's sleeping with my sister.
King shame.
Elizabeth says, what is wrong with you? What's happened to you, Liliana? Nothing's happened to me, sweet sister. I'm just doing you a favor. Getting rid of a clock of a man. Ouch! Harsh words. You were having fun. Oh, please. You were mediocre at best.
Well, I do not disagree that the prince tends to oversleep. I do not suggest that. I do not think that assassination is the best course of action, don't you think?
She just looks at you. Well, it's the permanent course of action.
A permanent course of action that can bring a lot of fucking chaos to such a small kingdom. And not only that, but bring trouble to a mere group of adventurers that just happen to arrive in town at such a convenient moment, you see. It's like, it would be really bad optics if a group of adventurers arrived at a kingdom, and suddenly, the crown prince turns out dead. You see, you already had problems with trying to assassinate the prince. You had bigger problems by doing it when we were.
She doesn't really respond to your answer. The Sky Knight, the Sky Captain, is, you see him alarmed and confused. He's known this girl for a long time, and so he's conflicted with his emotions. The judge is quiet, listening to everything that's being said and done. And Marcus, he's quiet as well, surprised by the sudden betrayal.
I'm just gonna look over at the Sky Captain and say, well, by your reaction, I suggest that you have your history with this woman. And while I understand that you must be feeling conflicted at the moment, you must understand that people like us, in our line of work, tend to gather a lot of unsavory people around us, and we tend to see a lot of betrayal firsthand. I know your feelings, but at this moment you must be impartial.
Seems out of character. Liliana's the sweetest person I've ever known.
It could be out of character, it could be manipulation, it could be mind control. To be honest, I do not know. That too. But
I'm gonna ask everybody in the party to roll me a perception check. Now, do you have her, like, tied up close?
15.
15? Orgast? How much?
Sorry.
Was that a 20?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Alright. Aileen, since you're seeing her from both sides, you can see that she only has the ling ring. Maybe it's Madeline. Shut up, Liz. You see that she only has this ling ring, which is covering nothing to her body. But she has only two types of jewelry. A necklace, which has an amulet sticking to her... Like, not sticking, but hanging on her torso. And Orgast, in her hands, she has a ring that has the insignia or the crest of the Everfrost, but it stands out to you for some reason. Like she didn't take it out. Like she hasn't taken it off or whatever, and it kind of like calls your attention to ring. In any case, she should be tried as an adult for treason against the crown.
So I'm gonna look over at, like, since I'm already observing, I'm gonna look over at Orgast. Have you seen anything?
Yeah. She bears a ring on her finger. I don't know why, but it's very weird, strange.
You know something. I'm gonna try something, and I hope I don't end up regretting it. Your Majesty.
Oh, let's hope we don't.
Your Majesty.
Yes.
May I ask that you hold off on that trial for a minute, and I am going to grab her hand forcefully
Okay.
and try to pull off the ring. And I say try because I don't know if it's.
She is
bound.
going to resist really hard from you taking the ring. It's like, no, that's mine. It's my father's ring. You can't take it. Roll an athletics contested check.
14. Wait.
She rolled an athletics. Yes, strength.
Give me a second. See, if it's strength, it should be a plus of. Oh shit! It's just 1. 15.
Doesn't have strength. You pull the ring as you beat it. You pull the ring out. No, give me back the ring. That's mine. Give me back the ring. And you start to see that the body of this said female starts to slowly but surely start to widen. Her breast and thighs start to shrink into a much more masculine form. The hair starts to recede back into a short cut. The skin starts to darken. The voice starts to deepen. It's like, give that back!
I fucking knew it.
Give
What was his name again?
Trekwar.
I'm sorry, what? I'm just,
Everybody in the
is this
room
the
is
person I have to punch, Eileen?
confused.
Well, hello there. What?
Hello to yourself.
Well, I had a lot of trouble trying to find you. I knew something was off when our orc friend here started staring at a ring for a long time. I'm gonna look over at the Sky Knight and say, I am going to say sorry in advance because I am pretty sure that if she's not stashed somewhere, she might be already dead.
You hear Elizabeth jump up to the table. Where's my sister? What have you done to her? I'm sorry, mistress, but your sister's in good hands. She is a friend of the cause.
Oh, even worse. So traitors all around.
Traitors may be.
Wow.
But I'm sorry, miss. I'm afraid you won't be seeing her again. She has her hands tied with other business.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the party for a minute. Do any of you have a fire spell in your arsenal?
Mito, produce flame?
Which one?
He like casts it. Produce flame. It's like a ball of fire. You could chuck it at people.
So what I'm going to do is, since he gave us so much trouble and I am feeling quite spiteful right now, I'm gonna grab his feet. Can you put it close to the plant of his feet?
I would, but there's people watching. I suggest
I mean,
you
can I just
avoid.
punch him?
I suggest you avoid scarring torture in front of the king, and that's a judge speaking.
Can I just punch him?
We'll hold off on it.
And the prince is just as confused, and the most confused out of everybody. He's like, wait, hold on, hold on, no, wait, hold on, no,
I put my hand on the shoulder. I put my hand on the shoulder, Prince. I hate to bring it to you, but what you're thinking is absolutely correct.
No.
It turns out to be that you almost died.
Well, I am sorry to tell you, Crown Prince. Not only did you kiss, but you shagged the man.
I think I'm gonna puke.
Unfortunately.
The prince just turns
Mr. Judge,
just turns black. Yeah, turns white. Yeah.
Can I just punch him? I mean, I'm pretty sure the king would understand punching instead of scarring torture. You know?
The judge
as much as I
looks
like scarring torture, but a punch is just valid.
The judge looks at the king, and the king nods. He'll allow it.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah, you punch him in the face. What is the reason for this violence? You've caught me already.
Sorry, I was told to punch the person that has a blue sheath, and lo and behold, you have it. So, my mission is complete. Ugh. I can drink now.
I mean, you did cause us a lot of trouble. You got off scot-free because I wanted to burn the plant of your feet.
I mean, I like the sound of that, to be honest, but, you know, he has a point.
I do as well, but I do not want to end up on the wrong side of the law at the moment. For now, I guess we must let the king and the court decide what to do with him. I hope it is as painful as what I have in mind. But then again, I am not the one making the rules. For the moment, I just want to go back to the inn and rest. After all, I am barely holding on the wooziness from the poison.
Violence is sometimes the answer. Yes.
Are you poisoned?
I mean, you kind of cured it with
kind of
with healing hand. So
yeah, she still feels the sting of the poisoned blade, but you know it's not any danger of dying. The king and the family, you know, disturbed as they are, with a naked man wearing lingerie, turned out to be the assassin.
I was like, I'm just gonna look at the prince. And as I said, and as I said previously in the room, a pattern of behavior makes you predictable.
As he gags, the king says, "Well, you've done us a great service again, Griffic Nomads. For now, you can go and rest. Tomorrow I shall give you your blessings. And to you, Mr. Assassin, to the dungeon you go to answer my questions."
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, my liege. I hope you have a calmer evening now that that matter is settled.
Yes.
Bye bye, Mr. Thief. Hopefully you get to fuck more people in the prison where you're going to rot.
Hilarious.
Make sure not to drop this.
I mean, it wasn't meant to be hilarious, but okay.
Yeah. So
sure-
you, yeah,
Make
you
sure not
make
to
sure to
drop
drop
this
this up. Yeah. Haha. And so you leave the room, and leave the nobles and the king to decide his fate. As you all head out, you all head towards your tavern. As you leave the keep and leave everything behind, you go to your nightly rest with a successful assassination attempt thwarted. Seems that the night has become still. And for now, you all go to rest. Take your nightly stroll.
Just another day in the office. Oh,
You're
Eileen. Next time, don't run off and do whatever you're going to do by yourself and possibly get shanked by a man girl that has a magical ring that can change gender for some reason. Because you know what? I want to see that ring on you.
I will keep it in mind for next time, and I do not think I kept that ring. I think that ring is going to be used as evidence for his trial. Though I may request it later. It works well as a disguise mechanism.
I mean,
you don't.
I think it's perfectly well for that.
You don't know how the ring works still. It has some mechanical things that need to be explained how the ring exactly works. But I'm not going to do that because you don't have the ring. So, yes, so you go and spend the night. You go to each other's rooms. And, Aileen, as you're going to bed, your raven flies in through the window and delivers a letter. A letter written by Kyra.
Oh, that is quite unexpected.
Yep. The letter says, I've gone to the night, heard you were successful. I found the lead for the cult. Meet me tomorrow in the library.
I examine the letter and I fold it up, put it in my bag, and then I just drop.
Alright. So everybody goes to bed.
Interesting.
And the darkness fades and the scene ends. And that is where we end the session tonight. That was something.
In the words of... Wait, what's his name? Shyamalan?
No, what was his name?
Shyamalan, I think.
M. Night Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist.
What a twist!
What a twist! A man girl was fucking a prince.
Yeah.
And I had to break the unfortunate news to this prince.
It's like the prince is gonna have nightmares from now on, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, he's gonna have trust issues.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
He's gonna have trust issues.
Yeah. The ring that you guys found is a ring of alter self, the one you took. It is practically a spell, but the ring itself has limitations compared to the spell. So that's as much as I can give you, really. But since you found I'm giving you the name of the item, not its description. Yes, GG. It was a good game. You guys were able to save the prince, and he was one round away from actually dying.
damn. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like... I love the fact that I'm like, okay, so the prince just got given something. I'm gonna send an unseen servant to basically rob him blind. And if I had decided to rob him blind, it would have been a fucking success for a ghost that can barely carry shit.
Yeah, it can't carry anything heavier than, I believe, like 10 tons or something. But it doesn't carry much. And unseen servants are servants. They carry light stuff. They can move around stuff for you and help you decap with that.
And I got a fucking natural 20. If I wanted his
which
wallet,
is what.
if I wanted his wallet, I would have gotten his wallet. God damn.
Yeah. So that was the session. I hope you guys found it fun and twisty. Forever, sleep forever. Yeah. It was a really interesting session. When I started to think about how the assassin would actually isolate the prince, he would do it by what the prince is known for, which is his deviancy to sex. So that's why. He also had another item, another magic item, but you didn't find that. That allowed him to hide the presence of the magic itself. Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was alert for everything, so it's like...
Yeah, you were paying attention. If you
Definitely
hadn't followed
wasn't.
him, if you hadn't followed him, or her, in this case, to the room, she would have killed him. And no one would have been the wiser.
It's like I tend to just laser focus on the mission and then go like, all right, so I'm gonna delegate. I'm gonna delegate. I'm gonna start delegating responsibilities,
And
and I'm
then you just
basically
take the whole responsibility at the end,
kind of.
running in there alone, and I'm bringing back up, kind of
I
going over your head against
mean,
an
yeah.
assassin,
That's
which
why I
is
was like, next time
against-
don't do that.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
You were going
but
against an assassin, which, mind you, is a CR8 monster. That's why she killed you
You had to
really
reduce
easily.
it down,
And
right?
that's no. I didn't reduce her or anything. That's her actual power. You survived longer because you succeeded in the con save. If you had failed, you would have been down on the first attack.
I mean that, and the fact that I managed to use fucking. I managed to echo the voice enough to
Yeah,
get
called for help. Yeah. If not, you would have been dead too, or unconscious, and the prince dead, and you could have been. You could have been instigated as the killer instead. You never know.
Yeah, but no.
Oh my god.
Thanks to this, I'm gonna make sure to keep two items on myself at all times. One of them is going to be fucking antidotes, and the other are going to be fucking HP potions. Fuck
Yeah, health
that.
potions. Yeah, you should
like,
always
fuck
carry at
that.
least 2. So yeah, that was the session. I hope you guys had fun. It was really interesting. This was a short enough session. I wished more people could have joined, but then again, can't control everybody to like show up. So sadly,
It can't control everybody, unfortunately.
I can't control them. You know, I can't tell them like, hey, we're getting on now. Get on. That's not how it works. And JP said he was gonna join. I don't know what happened there.
And then Mito disappeared.
And yeah, he said he was gonna get on again, but he just never came back. Guess he fell asleep. And Wolf apparently had a job. He didn't really
Most
say
likely.
he was available. No, he said he had a job because of job. I didn't make the character really follow you guys here because I felt that the character itself wouldn't go to the gala unless invited by you guys, or if he were to be here. Like that, he see no reason for the character to be there.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It does make sense.
Yep. So, well, I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, actually, I do. I know what's gonna happen next session, but I need to build the map again. It's gonna take me a while. I need to make the city map now. This was the keep, and this took me 2 days to make.
It would be great if the you're using what were you using for the maps?
Talespire.
It would be good if Talespire had like an archive for the maps that you already made.
I do. I mean, it does have the whatchamacallit. Like, if I showed you over here, it has the boards which I can separate, and now it has the bookmarks which I can now like bookmark something and go to it. Now I can actually delete shit directly from the board, which you couldn't do that before. You have to go in and then delete.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. And you could just load up a board and go there, and you have them saved as boards. The only thing is that Talespire, as it is right now, can't handle ginormous boards because, one, the PC is going to cry, and second, if somebody else joins the board, because this is a multiplayer game, if someone else joins the board, it'll start to tank as well. Because now it's paying attention to whatever changes the other player does, especially if it's a GM. Yeah, so I need to focus on making small. This is a medium board. A small board with enough material to, like, have something. And this is the King Dorian's Keep. Back here's the Sky Knight's base, training area. You know, when I try to build something, I try to build something that's visually pleasing. You guys just stayed in the hall and then the room. That's because the whole keep isn't really made completely, but for the most part, it is. Which is what's important. So, yep, that's what I do. That's how I roll usually. But I don't have all the time in the world to actually make big boards. And when you look online to like find boards, I sometimes don't like how they're designed. Sometimes they're like really claustrophobic, or they're really big, but there's no in between. Taking boards other people made and then making them into your own design is kind of like reverse engineering it's not lazy because you could use that. It's just their design does not fit your vision sometimes, and you have to like use other stuff. Like there are boards that are like campaign based. Like Curse of Strahd is one that has the Strahd's Castle is one that you're like, all right, I need a board that is factual to how the castle is. And there's already someone who made that, so I'll just take that and put it there. That's Strahd's Castle. We played with that. That's fine. But other stuff, es como que más difícil. Like, my own stuff, es como que, how am I gonna find a keep that looks like this? You can't. You have to make it your own. Like, these walls, I made these walls. Like, I made these walls. I made prefabs of the walls. I'm gonna show you here. I made prefabs of the walls, the gates, separation, everything, so I can, like, tag them and make them all together. And that's like the best way to make a map, is by building it out like a Lego block. Have the pieces already made, a prefab, and then copy and paste. It's a lot faster than building them one by one.
Very interesting.
Yes. Yes, so I am hungry. Tired, and I should go to bed.
Yeah, right
So-
now my joints are screaming for
You
rest,
need to
so-
go to bed too, and Greg, you work tomorrow, right? Yes.
So
Closing again.
I'm about
Bitch.
to shower and then crash like. Oh
Yeah,
boy,
I need to take a shower too. Every time I play D&D with you guys, I sweat like a pig because it just get really into it.
Dude, my bed is gonna look like the World Trade Center for me.
Just dust everywhere. It's just
No,
crumbling.
your bed is gonna look like Al Qaeda's hiding place.
Ooh.
Bruv. Anyway,
You know,
This-
the fucking diagram with the dude laying down. Where is Al Qaeda's hiding place? On your bed. This is a fucking figurine.
Let's clown emoji.
boy.
Yes.
I need to crash hard.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
so
Go crash.
yeah.
Go crash. Go take your shower, crash, and I'm gonna reset everybody to take a long rest here in D&D Beyond, and then take a shower. Stop
Yeah,
it. And
I already hit mine.
Got it. All right. So this is all for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching the stream with us. Hope you had fun with the chaos. And if you were lost at some point, because I see Liz wrote "I'm lost," a lot happened. A lot of character reveals and twists happened. So yeah, I'll explain if you want to know what happened per se. If not, go to bed. It's late, and we need to go to bed. All right, everybody. Take good care, and good night. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.